Have you ever wondered if electric cars, or EVs as they're known in the industry, are all they're cracked up to be? Stick around and we'll look at the pros and cons of EVs. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Learning English with Leah. I'm Leah, and this is the 7th video lesson in this Illumination English series. Woohoo! Okay, in this lesson we are going to be looking at an article called Controversial Cars. It focuses on electric cars, the pros and cons of electric cars as the technology is today. Okay, so of course advancements are going to be made in the future and things will change, but focusing mainly on just the language and especially the vocabulary that I've chosen. So let me remind you of 3 things. This lesson is broken up into 3 parts. First part is the article itself. We're going to be reading it out loud, focusing on pronunciation, clear speech. The second part will be focusing on the vocabulary and making sentences using the target vocabulary words, and I will talk you through how to make a sentence as I did in the previous lesson. And then part 3 is the knowledge check. It's a kind of a little quiz format, and I've got something a little different as I try to break up the monotony each time in part 3 of each lesson. So remember to, after you watch part 3, be brave, okay? Type a sentence in the comment section below, and I will give you feedback on that sentence. Positive, constructive feedback. Don't be shy, don't be embarrassed that your sentence is not good enough. There's no such thing as not good enough. It's your sentence. All I'm going to do is help you to make it better. Okay, so please do consider, after watching the 3rd part of this lesson, writing a sentence in the comments below. And if you find any merit or value in these lessons, please give me a like and subscribe to this channel. Okay, and comments too about future topics you would like me to make a lesson about. Okay, without any further ado, let's jump in and explore controversial cars. All right, before we jump into our pronunciation practice in this first lesson, I wanted to bring to your attention the fact that I've added a word in here, pronunciation and listening practice. So you can use the articles like this one here on controversial cars. You can use this article, of course, to practice your pronunciation by reading along and reading aloud with me. You can also use them to practice your listening comprehension. This is what one of my students does, so I'm going to show you. She said she has the YouTube video opened and it's playing. Now this is a previous lesson here, so bear with me. This is just an example. So she starts the video and then she opens up another tab, I think, or she closes that off. I'm not sure if she uses actual paper and pen or if she opens up another document like this, but she doesn't look at the reading. She starts it playing and then she just listens. Maybe she just listens once all the way through, right? Like you would if you were practicing pronunciation. And then she goes back and listens again for some key points or main ideas. And then she listens again to see any particular vocabulary. Maybe she is listening for target vocabulary if she happened to look at the article ahead of time, or just any vocabulary. Could be vocabulary that she's unfamiliar with, things that she's not sure of, she doesn't know the definition of, she's never heard before. Now this part, I think she just put question marks here to represent anything unfamiliar, any new thing, or anything she didn't understand. If there was a word or phrase that just went by and she couldn't get it at all, Okay, she might just make a point of that, like couldn't understand such and such, or what she said about this. Okay, so just notes for you to take, just to help you with your listening comprehension. Okay, and of course, part 3, where we have the fill in the blank, usually sentences or exercises, you can use that for listening comprehension too. Okay, but for now, we're going to go back into our lesson and put this in slideshow mode. Okay, and we're going to have our read along now. Now, remember, listening first, whether you're doing it for listening comprehension or for pronunciation. Listen first to me reading the article aloud. Notice our target vocabulary words here highlighted in blue. Listening for stress, word stress, syllable stress within words, where my voice goes up and down, words that I hold out a little bit longer, like that. Any kind of, how can I say, idiomatic sounds or a rhythm or tempo, phrasing that you want to try to imitate. Okay, listen for that, make note of it. And then it's your turn. And then stop, rewind the tape, and so go back in the video and adjust the speed as necessary and read along with me again until you can get it up to speed. Let's begin at the beginning here, and we're going to start now. It seems electric vehicles, or EVs, are all the rage these days, especially with rising gas prices. In cities around the world, you can see more EVs and places to recharge them. They may be pricey, but they run on cleaner renewable energy, and their motors are more efficient than internal combustion engines, or ICEs. People living in rural or suburban areas have yet to jump on the bandwagon. But are these electric cars all they're cracked up to be? Researchers at Environment Go and Eco News blog cite a list of disadvantages of EVs, including battery deterioration, low range, lack of charging outlets, limited options, hazardous vapors from batteries, not to mention their dependency on conventional energy forms, depletion of natural resources for battery construction, and major fire safety issues. As of now, Tesla is the only EV manufacturer to install metal thermal protection shields between the battery and occupant compartments of their cars, preventing fires and minimizing risks to drivers and passengers. However, Greenpeace maintains that overall, EVs are superior to ICEs in the size of their carbon footprint. They say technological advancements in the design, manufacture, and production of batteries will resolve current issues within the next 5 years. Individual countries also need to decarbonize their grid by focusing on renewable, sustainable energy sources. And that's our reading of controversial cars. Could you hear the pro and con arguments? Good, on both sides. All right, we're going to explore that a little bit more in part 2. See you there. Take care. Bye for now.